Hello, today we'll be talking about decimal numbers. Okay, what are decimal numbers? Okay, decimal numbers are numbers that contains a decimal point. Okay, a decimal point like this. Whenever there's this point, okay, in between numbers, it means that number is what a decimal number. For instance, if I have one, okay, point 358, okay, it contains a decimal point, therefore it's called a decimal number. Okay, so that is what a decimal number is. All right, now in a decimal number we have what we call whole number. Okay, and what we have what we call whole number. Okay, and decimal decimal places. Okay, decimal places. Okay, now we have what we call whole numbers and what decimal places. All right, so in a decimal number, what are the decimal places, or which one is the whole number? Okay, now if you look at this, we have 1.358. So an whole number in decimal is the number before the decimal point. Is the number before what? The decimal point. That is the whole number. Okay. All right. What about decimal places? Okay. Now the decimal places are the numbers or the number of figures that are after what? The decimal point. So the whole number is before the decimal point, and the uh, decimal places are after the decimal point. Are you seeing it? Very simple. So before the decimal point is what? One number. So it's called what? The whole number here is what? One. All right. Now after the decimal point, we have one, two, three figures there. So the the number of figures after the decimal point is what? 3. So it means that the decimal places are what? 3. 1, 2, 3. Is it simple? Yeah, I think it's simple. Okay, for instance, if you have 17.3, okay, 92, okay, 5, 3925, okay, and then you are asked to find the whole number. The whole number is what? 17. The number before what? The decimal point. And when you are calling it, or when you are mentioning it, you say 17. But after the decimal point, you don't say 39, 3,925. You don't call it like that. Okay. After a decimal point, what you do, or how you call the numbers are what? 3925. Okay. All right. So the whole number is what? 17. And the decimal places, okay, the decimal places are how many? The decimal places are how many? I said decimal places are what? The number of figures after the decimal point. So how many figures are here after the decimal point? This is the decimal point. Okay, so after the decimal point, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the decimal places are what? 4. So that is how to find decimal places. Do you understand? Simple. All right. The last example I'll give is what? Let's say we have 9.3. If you have 9.3, okay, the decimal places, the decimal places is what? How many? Just one, because after a decimal point is what? Just one digit. So it's one. Okay, just one. Are you getting it? But the whole number is 9. The whole number, the whole number is what? 9. Are you getting it? So that's how it is. So we'll be talking about addition, subtraction, division, okay, and multiplication of decimals. So we'll be talking about addition of decimals, okay. How do we add decimals, okay? For instance, if we have 2.35, okay, plus 1.2, okay. If I have to add this, okay, how do you add it? Now in addition of decimals, what we do is this: we ensure that the decimal point are corresponding. We ensure that the decimal points are corresponding. That is when you can have a good answer, okay, or a correct answer. So for instance, if you have solution, okay, solution 2.35, okay, plus what? Look at it. You ensure that the decimal point, okay, is corresponding with this other decimal point. So you write no, yeah, after the whole number, which is 1, okay, which is 1 digit, okay, is what? A decimal point. So you write after the 1, okay, you put the decimal point, okay, that's how it is. Then 2 under the next what? Value, okay. So and you now add, okay, you know how to add. 5 will add nothing here, so you bring down 5, okay. Then again 3 plus 2 is 5, okay, and you write, then bring down the decimal point, and then you add again 2 plus 1 is what? 3. Are you seeing it? So the decimal point should be corresponding no matter how the question is, okay. So what about when the question is like this? If you have a 5.38, okay, plus 13.625, for instance, okay. If you have this, okay, if you have this as a question, 5.38 plus 13.625. All right, I told us that whenever you're adding decimals, what you do is to ensure that the decimal points are corresponding. So how do we do? If say solution, okay, solution, we are going to write 5.38, okay, then plus, okay, we say plus what? 13.625. Now look at it. If you don't want to make mistake, what you do is this: ensure that you write the decimal point of the next value corresponding to this other one you have written, the first one you have written. So how do you do so that you don't make mistake? In writing the other number, write the decimal point first, but you write it according to how it will correspond with this other first one. So let's say we are writing the decimal point first, and after the decimal point, okay, to my right is 6, 2, and what? 5. I seen it. Then to my right, to my left, okay, is what? 3, 1, or 1 and 3. I seen it. So that the decimal points will be corresponding. If they are not corresponding, it means that it will not be correct. So you do your normal addition. All right. Now this 0, there's nothing here to add to what? 5. So you bring down what? 5. What about this? 8 plus 2. 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 is up to the base. So you write down what? 0 and raise 1, okay. Now 3 plus 6 is what? 9. 9 plus that one is 10. So you write down 0, raise 1 again, okay. And this is where the decimal point is, so you bring it down. You always bring it down. All right. So 5 plus 3 is what? 8. Plus that one you raise is what? 9. All right. and here there's nothing to add to 1, so you bring down the 1. Simple.